In this video, Rachel and Rosie teach a cooperative lesson on map making that would be part of a larger unit on adventure running, designed for students in grade 7, aged approximately 12 years. The culminating lesson for this unit is a field trip to a local conservation area where students can participate in an orienteering activity. In this specific lesson, Rachel and Rosie focus on contextualizing instruction as one way of enacting democratic teaching principles. In the video, you will notice that they contextualize their instruction by being explicit in how students already do or can access what they are doing in physical education by engaging with similar opportunities in their local communities.
We're going to give a clue. If the clue's about you, you're going to run one lap around the circle, not the gym. You can hop, skip, jump, however you like. Please do it vertically, though. We're not going to crawl. One time around back to your spot, so please don't shift over if someone has left because they're going to come back here. No sliding into your position. We're going to stay upright as much as we can. All right, so, and we'll go counterclockwise. You can see the arrows around the gym. That's the way we move. All right, so here's the clue. I'm talking to you. If you have ever been to a park in your neighborhood, all right, great.
Here's the clue. I'm talking to you if you know the name of your street.
Do you know the name of your street? Your
Where
address.
you live, your address.
Do you know your address?
Your address, I guess that number and name of your street.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
no. Here's the clue. I'm talking to you if you know how to walk all the way from school back to your house. You know the way, the directions, and the streets to walk back from school to your house.
Here's the clue. I'm talking to you, and we're going to give 3 clues quickly in a row, so if it's about you, you can keep moving. You don't have to stop this time.
Rachel and Rosie use this warm-up activity to get an understanding of how well students know and engage with things in their local communities or neighborhoods. As examples, they ask about who has accessed a local park or who could navigate themselves home after school. Beyond these specific questions, they also ask random questions, such as who has watched a certain TV show, to ensure that every student is moving through the warm-up. The important thing is that these questions provide important information about who accesses community resources for movement, how they access them, and how often. This knowledge helps the teachers plan and instruct.
We're feeling warmed up. Could you please, on your way to sit down, just put your initial, we're going to use black marker. If you could put your initial based on our last classes that we've been talking about being outside, going to parks, following instructions, knowing how to read a map, and moving your body all at the same time. Could you put your initial under which of our meaningful phys ed words really jumps out at you when you think about the past activities we've done?
Following the warm-up, Rachel prompts students to reflect on their experiences in the previous lessons. This reflection is guided by the features of meaningful PE and provides her with ideas about the ways students felt about their participation and hints at what they would like to do in this lesson and others.
So friends, take a marker, throw your just first and last initial, and then pass the marker back, and we'll meet here.
Before we get to today's activity and tell you what we're going to do, we wanted to talk a little bit about what we've done last week and the last couple of lessons before today. So, who remembers when we got a map? You had to go in order of locations, but you had a string to help you follow that map. So you had some strings, you followed along, good. Who enjoyed that activity and found the strings help them to get where they're needing to go? Good. Who found the map a bit challenging to read? And I know after that, when we gave you the opportunity to hide an object and make a map that we saw that was enjoyable, but the maps didn't always help everyone find where the item was. And so it's really important that we have some kind of item on our legend that says this is the start location, right? So we know where to begin from.
So these are, we've been working with a few different types of maps. Who here has a rainbow map on their way to school? So I know some of you come down different streets to get to school. I'm not sure if you've noticed our rainbow map that goes along the streets, and you will be following the rainbow in one direction to get to school. So you might be going red to purple to get to school, but then when it's time to go home, you're going to go purple to red. So depending on which direction you're doing a map as well, it's important to know where you're going and what your end point is. So we need to know where our starting point is and where our end point is.
Rachel and Rosie guide students through a reflective process about their learning so far about map making, observing levels of enjoyment that students experienced while also providing reminders to facilitate student learning. Rachel refers to the rainbow map in this discussion, which you can just see on the whiteboard. The rainbow map consists of a series of colored cards with pictures of physical activities on them, e.g. star jumps. Rainbow map cards have been stuck on items in the neighborhood, such as lampposts, and provide students who walk to school with markers or trailblazes to help their navigation and support their learning of map making and orienteering, while also providing physical activities that students can access with their friends or families outside of school time.
So I challenge you this, when you're on your way home, see if you can find our maps in our neighborhood like this. Maybe you want to do some of the workouts, or maybe you might want to make one up. Who's got a sibling? Challenge your siblings and maybe make up a little map yourself. Okay, so we're going to do a map making exercise today though, and you'll see over there hidden behind the mats is a map. It's a piece of art really, but you are going to recreate this map or this art onto your own sheet of paper or mat, okay? You want to be thinking about what color are the items that I'm gathering, what direction are they facing in, the relationship to the other pieces. So Spencer was talking about how far apart they were and where you're starting, okay? The other thing is, it is a little bit of a competition if you want it to be today. So if you have some friends that you'd really like to race today, you can race them.
I like this.
Freeze, hands up, on your head, on your hips, give them a wiggle. Okay.
All right, our question is now, and we've done this before, you're going to show us a 1, a 2, or a 3. So 1, if you think this activity is pretty easy, a 2, if it feels like a just right amount of challenge, and a 3, if this is way too hard. You can't remember the items, so could everyone just show us a 1, 2, or a 3?
Rachel and Rosie use the feature of challenge to help guide a reflective conversation with students during the activity. The use of the 3-finger response is a quick and easy way to gauge students' experiences and make modifications accordingly. Students are invited to think about how changes to the game might impact meaningfulness in other ways, influencing levels of fun or social interaction.
Okay, so
there's a couple of people that are in between. They'd like a little more challenge.
okay, so talk to your group. Look at your group right now. Some friends are struggling with this a little bit. They're not getting what they're looking for out of it, maybe, or in that it's too easy, and some of your members are having a hard time. So this is your chance. Do you want to stay in your group, or would you like to change groups? Right now, mid-activity, knowing that you don't know which board you get, it's okay, and we can make anyone who feels like it's too easy, anyone who feels like it's just right, anyone who feels like it's too hard. Do you want to stay in your groups? You have 10 seconds to decide, leave or stay. Hands together if you want to stay. Hands apart if you want to leave. Okay, everyone wants to stay. It looks like you've sorted out maybe how to make this a just right challenge. Find your group Goldilocks, okay? You have 1 more minute to finish the task. Yeah, so if we have a group who's saying that they are finished, both finished, can you look at each other's groups to see if you agree that they are finished and that they are finished? Can you go check to see if you think they're finished? Sure. You guys come and look here to see if you think they're finished.
They're not.
Okay, so 2 groups have said that they're finished. Do you concur that that's correct? No. Concur means agree.
Do you think, which one do you think is correct? Yours?
Yeah, we're confident. I notice a difference though.
You notice a difference?
I do.
Okay. But you're not sure which one's which? Both of you, go back and have a look to see if you need to change anything. Oh. Right? Do you think you fixed it? Yeah. Amazing, fantastic.
So now what we want to know, we know some of you have expressed interest in trying some of these activities outside, like we've said, reading some maps, but just for us so we can see where you're feeling now. We're going to ask that everyone grabs a snowball and throws it into the bucket. So either, no thanks, I've had enough map reading for now. This is okay for only in class. I might like to go try to read a map or do one of these activities in a park with my friends, or I'd like to go compete. So we talked about the fact that there are adventure running challenges where you can go compete and read a map and, well, compete to do the best that you can, or also race against other groups. So if everyone could grab one snowball and throw it into the bucket that best matches how they are feeling.
When you're done that, come on back over here. We've got some different color markers. After our activities today, if you could please put your initials back up in a colored marker, doesn't matter what color, on which of our features it can be in addition to, or you're maybe in the same spot.
In the concluding part of the lesson, Rachel and Rosie provide students with time to reflect on their experiences of map making to get a sense of students' interest in these tasks and the number of students who would like to participate in a similar task outside of physical education. This is done by placing a snowball or any other object in a bucket. Students also mark their initials on a whiteboard to indicate the ways in which the tasks in the lesson were meaningful to them. All this information is helpful to teachers who could record it by taking a photo, and to students to become aware of the quality of their experiences. Teachers can use this information to think about how adjustments can be made to planning and instruction, and how students might be provided with accessible opportunities to participate in similar activities in their neighborhoods and communities.
And then just have a quick seat for me, please. So, Ms. Cott, were there many people that put in the bucket there in the last 2?
Most popular one is in a park with friends.
Okay, so very interesting. On your way out of the gym today, on the clipboard on the shoe room door, there are information sheets for your grown-ups on a school trip that we are taking to a conservation area in 3 weeks' time from now. And we are going to be taking a school bus, which is a very fun, exciting thing to do. And we're gonna meet at school, go to the conservation area, and do an actual race with other schools. So you get to partner up with people. You can have 1, 2, or 3 people in your group, and you're going to be doing a challenge running through the woods with a map, which is what we've been working on. So if this is of interest to you, then you're welcome to take an information sheet home to your grown-ups. If they think that that would be something that they'd like to try, they can just fill out the bottom portion, because we're trying to figure out how many buses we need to book in order to go on this trip, and we don't want to say no to anyone.